Hi everybody, this is Jason Major for Sweaty Heroes. It's been a while since I did one of these, but I thought that today in Ontario, Canada, August 15th is a free comic book day. So I thought I'd show you kind of what I picked up today, as well as some sweaty bargains. So here we go. We got free comic book day, Earth's Mightiest Avengers from Marvel 2021. This is also featuring stories with the Hulk, and MODOK is in here as well, apparently. So the Jason Aaron, famous writer on Marvel right now, is going to be doing Hulk, and so that's kind of cool. That should be a fun read. We have Batman, free comic book day, Fear State, and I Am Batman. So that's the DC one that they give out, and I think this includes the new Batman character that's by John Ridley, who is the son of Lucius Fox, so the African American Batman. And then this one, I obviously, as a Spider-Man fan, I really enjoy. Free comic book day, Spider-Man Venom. So you got a preview of the upcoming Spider-Man storyline, including a look at the new Spider-Man costume right there, which is very influenced by the Ben Reilly costume from the 90s. And this is not a spoiler, it's already been announced. We have Ben Reilly back as Spider-Man. With the blonde hair, significantly too. So how does he get there? Why is he Spider-Man? Obviously that will be answered in Amazing Spider-Man number 75, or if you're using Legacy number, Amazing Spider-Man 876. Looking very forward to seeing that Spider-Man comic book. My feeling is either I don't think Spider-Man Peter Parker will die. I think maybe he'll be near death, or maybe near-death experience or whatever. And I'm looking forward to seeing Ben Reilly in this Spider-Man role. I think it'll probably be my guess would be until either Legacy issue number 900, which would be sometime next year and be about 25 issues. But who knows? Maybe they'll do it for like a good 6 months or more until the actual anniversary of the character, which would be around August or something, or the summer of 2022. Well, that's cool. So, anyways, I'm sure this is a big issue that people won't want to get because it's going to have the first Ben Reilly Spider-Man. So, and who knows? Maybe if you go in your back issue bends, maybe this will inspire people to actually give more love to the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. And Sensational Spider-Man 0 would be your first time that Ben Reilly picks up that costume as Spider-Man, so that might be a key book to look for. Now let's look at some of the stuff that I got in the bargain bin. I only had about 5 minutes to go look through the bargain bin because I was just going on a car ride with a friend. So, to be polite, I just went in that bargain bin and went, okay, what can I get really quickly? We have Air Raiders, which is a Star comic and based on a toy line from the 80s. And this is written by Howard Mackey, who did a lot of work on the Spider-Man comics in the 90s, ironically enough. And Kelly Jones, who was a penciler on Batman for a while. So this is actually a cool find. Actually, I read this already. Really kind of cool find. I loved how Marvel used to take these toy lines and just do sci-fi fantasy tales, you know what I mean? In the vein of their Star Wars comics. But they did that with Transformers, they did that with all kinds of different characters, and this is another great example. Extreme, yes, this is a Rob Liefeld's Image characters, and his studio. So some of his other co-creators of the Extreme Studios of the 90s, introducing you characters that you probably have never heard of. Cybrid, Law and Order. That's not the TV show. That's the name of the characters. Code 9, Lancers, Risk, Metaforce, Black Flag, and Black and White by Art Taber. That's a cool find. I love these kind of books because they're like, just these heroes I never heard of before. That was kind of fun to look at and check out. And then remember, these are all 50 in the 50-cent bin. Okay, so these were all 2 for $1. So the dollar bin, it was all 50 cent. What do we have in here? Future State Dark Detective #1, which is a usual $6 US book, which is probably closer to $8 Canadian. That was in there, probably an overstock, overcopy, or maybe just because of a little dent in the corner or whatever. But it'll be interesting to see how this book holds up as a 2021 book. Then we have Future State #1, the next Batman, and it's a first printing too. So that's with the African American Batman, Tim Fox, I guess, Lucius Fox's son. So it's kind of nice to find this, and because I would not pay $7.99 US for it, which again is probably more like $10 Canadian. But for 50 cents, sure, I'll try it and see if it's worth a read. I don't have a problem with the idea of a legacy character, Batman, being a different character than Bruce Wayne. That's just part of the nature of DC having legacy stories and in their multiverse. Then this is a fun run of comics which I started really getting interested in. It was Marvel Comics Presents, which was a bi-weekly title that featured usually one of the X-Men characters as the lead, and then had backups with different characters. And this one has Black Panther, Shauna the She-Devil, who is Kazar's wife, Kazar, and then Mr. Fantastic Invisible Woman as an issue. And it's interesting because in here it says, this is issue 13, it says Black Panther Part 1 of 25. So what it would do is, interestingly enough, it wouldn't be consistent. So you have Part 4 of 8 for Colossus, but then you have Part 1 of 25 of Black Panther. So you probably would never really find a place which was a starting point where you'd only get all Part 1s in a book. But I kind of think this is a fun find if you're looking for obscure stories of different characters. So we got another one which has Cyclops in it, and then on the back it shows you what other stories they have, which is Wolfbane and Mirage, which I believe are New Mutants or X-Force characters. Star Fox, which is kind of an adventurer, but he's actually connected with the Thanos character. He'd be connected with the Thanos storylines and the Silver Surfer storylines, Cosmic Marvel. And then, of course, Black Panther by Gene Colan, who is a famous legacy Marvel artist. Anybody know who drew this cover? Todd McFarlane. And that is Excalibur, and that is Shadowcat. On the back we have... Oh, I think the back of this cover is actually done by... I think the back is done... Yeah, the back is also done by Todd McFarlane. And we got Black Panther, and we got Sunfire, and we got a character I've never heard of before, Cold Blood. Never heard of Cold Blood. He looks like another just 90s, half cyborg or mercenary type character, but Cold Blood. Who knows? Maybe you'll see Cold Blood turn up, not so much in a Marvel character movie, but maybe they decide to spin him off and do his own thing. That's the beautiful thing about Marvel. There'll be characters that'll throw away characters that will be able to do something that's not tied with MCU. Another one with Excalibur and Black Panther on the back, Namor in the submariner, and Cold Blood again. Cool. Mark Spector, Moon Knight fighting the Punisher, and this is an Acts of Vengeance crossover. So this is from the 90s. That's a cool cover. I just like that cover of Quasar, very cosmic character. I believe that Quasar was tied in with the Captain Marvel mythos, so I'm sure we will eventually see Quasar coming into the Marvel universe with the cosmic side at some point or another. I picked up this, but I've actually never seen an episode of Star Trek Discovery, so I don't know what this is. In retrospect, maybe I should have found another Marvel comic, but I picked it up because I've never really checked out Star Trek Discovery, and I thought this might be a good entry point since it's the #1 issue. And then the last one I have is X-Men versus the Micronauts. Important to note that the Micronauts are not actually part of the Marvel Universe. The Micronauts, again, were a toy line And prior to the Star comic line in the late 80s, Marvel would incorporate some of these characters like Rom the Space Knight or Micronauts into their main universe. I know it makes no sense. And Micronauts being these microscopic characters fit a lot into the Ant-Man stuff and the Avenger stuff, and in this storyline it's the X-Men. So I just thought that was a random cool find. Anyways, I'm at 10 minutes already. That's my finds today, and looking forward to sharing you more sweaty bargains in another day. Thank you very much. Have a good day.